pushing too hard, I might go into cardiac. I got the biggest heart, don't get a heart attack. I got the gun behind me like a piggyback.
Alright, y'all boys, so apparently 2022 was filled with tons of New Year's resolutions, and I feel like a favorite resolution amongst music artists is to be a complete liar. Or that's probably just Earth Gang's wish, I don't know.
Trash.
But since they want to be on some bullshit, I'm now feeling a little bit frustrated, and now I need to get the right kind of music to help set the mood. No, what the fuck, editor? What the hell is this? And we're getting close, but it's still not what I'm looking for.
Rubber band honeys and shit keep on coming.
Ah, this is the one. Yeah, so NLE Choppa has returned with his latest hard-hitting, catchy project, Me vs. Me, with this being the first time I've sat down and listened all through an NLE Choppa album, and while I'm not too strongly impressed throughout all angles of this project, it's still a fun listen to nonetheless. So I can say that I stated before, this album can be very catchy with a lot of its tracks, which can be both a good thing because of the appeal and trying to get that longevity, but at the same time it can make some of these tracks seem pretty repetitive in flow and style, and dragged out, that just doesn't hold up for me in my opinion. But that doesn't discern from NLE Choppa's ability to really work with the beat to his best ability, really using these angry, confident, materialistic bars that can work really well with some of these tracks such as Push It, Too Hot, and Stompin'. I suppose my main issues with this project would have to be first that the project seems a bit longer than what's necessary, mainly because there are just some songs that I feel didn't need to be on this album, such as the track IYB, being the simple bass and hat beat while NLE goes with this choppy rapping style that works, and you could even say fits the flow of the project, but for me it doesn't really do anything, it just seems like something tossed in between with no flavor. Or the track Drop Shit, that's okay, but isn't too different from what I've heard before from other trap artists, being the singing and rapping trap sound that I could see why people like, but I feel doesn't work with the headbanging energy that I was initially getting with this project. But for the most part, this project has some high points, especially in the beginning, with it seeming like a solid way for anyone to want to get into NLE Choppa more, having the right elements to appeal to a wider audience. But as for the production, it was pretty good for the most part. It matches exactly with NLE Choppa's rapping style, and doesn't try to force any obviously mainstreamy plug to get more people in and completely ignore the musical creativity. There are some samples used in this project, such as the track Youngest to Do It and Still Hood, that work pretty well and doesn't seem forced in, allowing NLE to really tap it and make some honestly fire tracks. And I stated before, the only beat I didn't really care for was on the track IYB. That just doesn't sit well for me because I'm not a big fan of skeletal beats like that, and while NLE Choppa utilized it to the best of his abilities, I'm still just not a fan of the beat regardless. As for the features, they were pretty good as well, with artists such as Young Thug, G Herbo, Moneybagg Yo, and Piano G tapping in to give some short but sweet verses to their respective tracks. I would say my favorites would have to be G Herbo on the track Chicago to Memphis, with him jumping straight into the track with this more stern and serious flow, and Young Thug on the track Push It, going for the more push and P trend and quick fire bars to make for one of my more favorite Young Thug features I've heard in a while. But overall, this project was pretty good. It had some highs and it had some lows, but for the most part, its highs overlapped its lows for this to seem like a fun project for me to listen to and understand the appeal of NLE Choppa more. So to put this on a scale, I'm giving this a high 7 out of 10, with this being good, but having the potential to be a better project if he cut down on the lengthy choruses, didn't use the cringy ass bars, and cut out a few tracks. But how do you guys feel about NLE Choppa's latest project? What would you rate it? Let me know down in the comments while liking and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter. And if you like the illustrations used in this video, make sure to follow the artist as well because she's dope. And oh yeah, make sure to follow my second channel for me outside of music. And on that note, I'll see you on Monday for whatever video I decide to upload. Peace.
I am the beast that peeps the beat. Shake those hips. Let me see.